Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Beyonce's Mom Tina Shades Janet Jackson. Ariana Grande Backlash over Homewrecker song. Speaking of that Homewrecker song, I reacted to the music video over on my Patreon if you're interested in checking that out. We were discussing over there about, the song and the video. But yeah, let's hear what Impressive has to say. Let's watch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Beyonce's mother, Miss Tina Knowles, was caught liking a shady post.
You know what? This is not the first time Miss Tina has done this, has liked little shady posts. In the past, she tried to make it seem like, I'm just an old lady. I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you on social media all day long. You know what the hell you doing. I like Beyonce, but I think her mama be doing a bit too much sometimes. It's like, girl, maybe you need a job or something to, just to occupy your time during the day. Because you got a lot of time in your hands, clearly, and you out here ruining the brand. All right? Because Beyonce does not engage in this foolishness and messy, petty behavior that you be doing sometimes. So there's that. I mean, of course, I want to be respectful to people's moms and the elderly and all of that. But, girl, you just be doing a lot. Leave Janet alone. She's been through enough.
About Janet Jackson. And before I break the story down, I first want to thank
y'all go support.
Sponsor made a post about Janet Jackson's ticket sales. Now, post friend.
I love this hairstyle. I love this. I'm trying to understand how it's. Oh, those braids are just wrapped around. Wow, this is really cute. Sorry. This is really cute. Wow.
Friends Letty made a post about Janet Jackson's ticket sales. Now, Janet has been doing her Together Again tour. She did the first leg.
I'm going on vacation soon.
And should it has been successful. Stuff? And she's now doing another leg. And this time she has Nelly opening up for her. And I would suggest going to this tour. I actually had a lot of fun. I went to the tour.
No.
Janet really does put on a great show, even at 50 plus years old.
Word.
So if you are a Janet fan, I would suggest going to this concert. She puts on a great, great show. Now,
I'm just saying no for me, but it might be a great
Letty show. Made a comment about Janet's ticket prices. Janet has been charging over $2,000 for her meet and greet packages. Oh. So it's like a special package. You get to meet Janet, take pictures, talk to her. And typically, this is what celebrities charge, especially celebrities at Janet's caliber.
And if you're going to meet
These are
her,
not her standard ticket prices. These are just her meet and greet packages. So there is a clear difference. However, Tina's friend had something to say about it. She said, what a joke. They add $1,000 for a 15-second meet and greet again. No front row for fans unless you want to bend over so they can continue to rake in the cash. You want Beyonce prices? Have real production. Just disgusted. I'm not the only one. Oh, the DMs I'm getting? Way to thank your fans for years of support.
Oh, this is messy.
And Tina liked this post.
Now, Tina.
I found that very interesting that Miss Tina liked this post, considering that there has been rumors that there's been tension between Tina's daughter Beyonce and Janet Jackson. In fact, I did a whole video about it, and I'm going to get into that a little later. But Miss Tina's friend also said this, and why do people keep trying to call out my friend Tina for liking my post? People on here making comments agreeing with me, but nobody calls them out.
Thanks for confirming
and
that
let's not
she
forget,
liked it on purpose.
Beyonce gives you almost 3 hours. Janet gives the minimum hour and a half. Well, Janet actually has an
Why
opening
are you so
act.
pressed?
So her opening act typically
about
does
what the fuck she
an
doing.
Hour. So technically her show is almost 3 hours. Just for clarification.
If you don't like it, don't go. Like me.
Janet's ticket prices. I mean, she's entitled to her opinion, but at the end of the day, who cares? If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. But I do find it a little odd that she's comparing Janet to Beyonce, and it is odd to see Tina like the post. It just seems like the whole post is meant to reduce Janet in favor of Beyonce yet again.
There's no need. When Beyonce was heavily inspired by Janet, let's not fucking play games. There would probably be no Beyonce if there was no Janet. So let's not be disrespectful. Let this woman charge whatever the hell she want to charge. If y'all don't want to go, don't go. Why does there need to be a comparison between her and Beyonce? What the fuck that got to do with Beyonce? So what? She's performing less time than Beyonce. Who cares? This is weird, and that lady's face looks weird. If that's the one who was talking shit. Girl, you worry about... You know what?
I did make a video about the silent tension between Janet and Beyonce. If you haven't watched the video, I would highly suggest you do, because I think it gives a good backstory behind this. But from the beginning of Beyonce's career, Janet has always been very supportive, and Beyonce has always mentioned Janet as one of her influences. But things took a shift when the media started pitting Janet and Beyonce against each other, and this is typical. A lot of times when a newer artist comes into the game, they automatically compare them to an artist who has been more established. Yeah, that's true. And Janet at that point has already cemented herself as a legend. The rap girls so they were being pitted against each other, but the thing that really turned Janet off was when Beyonce made a comment about her family in her Elle magazine interview. Beyonce said, "I grew up upper class, private school. My dad had a Jaguar. We're African American and we work together as a family. So people assume we're like the Jacksons. But I didn't have parents using me to get out of a bad situation."
Did Beyonce really say that? I don't... you have to be very careful with these interviews because they be switching up people's words. I can't picture Beyonce saying that. That's so fucking shady. I hope she didn't say that, because if you did, girl, that was shady as fuck.
Now, it was said that Janet was highly upset about these comments, and she didn't understand why Beyonce even had to mention her family. A source close to her told the National Enquirer, Janet wanted to know why Beyonce had to mention her family. They're not friends and barely know each other. She feels Beyonce went out of her way to tell the world she's from the upper class and the Jacksons were like a bunch of dirty gutter rats.
Okay, now you do.
The article also said Janet planned to confront Beyonce about it. Now, I don't know if Janet ever spoke to Beyonce about it behind the scenes, but I do know that comment that Beyonce made really turned her off, and she never acknowledged Beyonce publicly ever again after that. Ooh. So she must have been really upset about it, and I don't think Beyonce's intentions were bad, but I could see how her comment would be very off-putting, because it's been done before. If one of the newer artists of this generation, like Victoria Monet or Chloe Bailey, made a comment like that about Beyonce's family, they would get a lot of backlash. And Beyonce and her family, I don't like the color per se, but the fit is just everything. So you can understand how Janet Jackson felt in the moment when Beyonce randomly brought up her family and slighted them. And I still don't think Beyonce had any ill intentions when she made that comment, but it was definitely off-putting, and she probably should have selected her words more wisely.
Maybe she didn't say
She still continued to show Janet love over the years, and she supported her in concert and everything. But, you know, once again, Janet never acknowledged her. Beyonce even mentioned the Jackson family in her song Formation. She said, "I love my Negro nose and Jackson 5 nostrils." And even though it was supposed to be an ode to the Jacksons, that comment could also be seen as a slight. No, I didn't. The Jacksons have been kind of criticized in the past for altering their nose, and they've been called out for not loving their features. So the fact that Beyonce is like, "Well, I love my features. I like my Jackson 5 nose." I mean, she it can be seen as a slight, but honestly, I don't think it was. I think it was just her bigging up the Jackson family.
Yeah, I didn't take it that way.
But Janet didn't acknowledge it, and she never really acknowledged Beyonce since she made that comment about her family. So it kind of led me to believe that maybe there is a bit of tension there, and the fact that Beyonce's mother, Miss Tina, liked a shady post about Janet was a bit eye-opening to me, and I could probably guarantee she had some conversations with her daughter about Janet behind the scenes. I don't think they like each other. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they like each other like that. I think the respect is there, but I don't think they really fool with each other like that. That's just my opinion. But I would hope one day that they do set aside whatever differences they have, and they just kind of, you know, unite and come together in some form or fashion. That would be a good thing to see. Another good thing to see would be Ariana Grande shutting up. I'm a fan of Ariana. I love her music, but she dropped her latest single, Yes and the song is a bit mid. And not only that, she seemed very proud about her home wrecking ways. Now, if you don't know, Ariana developed a relationship with her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater while he was still married to his wife Lily J. And what makes things messier is Ariana allegedly was still with her husband Dalton Gomez at the time as well. So she was cheating on her husband allegedly with Ethan, who was married. And he and his wife had been together for over 10 years, and they just welcomed a baby together. And Ethan even had Ariana around his wife. And Ariana's messy self was smiling in that lady's face. And the whole time she was smashing her husband. Ooh. I mean, that's just some dirty, dirty work. Ooh. And Ethan ended up leaving Lily for Ariana, which is the dumbest thing he could have done because Ariana is just going to dump him in the end. But he broke up his family to be with Ariana. And Lily was heartbroken. She told Page Six, Ariana's the story, really, not a girl's girl. My family is just collateral damage. How sad. Now, in Ariana's latest song, she said, don't comment on my body, do not reply. Your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care so much of whose D I ride? Why? Well, we care because you were riding a married man's D. That's why, Ariana. This whole thing is sad to me because I'm actually a fan of Ariana as an artist, but it just sucks to see that she's bringing her brand down like this. If she's not careful, she's going to make the same mistake that Alicia Keys made. Alicia Keys was messing around with Swiss Beats when he was still married to the singer Mashonda, and Mashonda called her out on the internet, and it really affected Alicia's brand. People no longer saw her as a girl's girl. So they felt a way about it, and I can see this happening to Ariana if she doesn't pipe down a little bit. I mean, going out of her way to show that she doesn't care what people think is not really the flex she thinks it is, because she has to care at some point. Her brand and her image is on the line. She already lost quite a few followers on Instagram because people were completely turned off by what she said in her song. So Ariana needs to tread lightly. And she also needs to come back with a better song, because this song is not really going to cut it in the long run. So she needs to come harder. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this.
Sheesh. Impressive is reading the girls, okay? It really hurts my heart that Beyonce and Janet may have some type of tension between them. And especially if it's over the things that she mentioned. So petty, so fucking dumb. Both of y'all are so iconic. I would hope that they can put their differences aside if there is any beef there. I hope there isn't. But I think it is a bit odd that Tina would like that shady post. So she must be talking to Beyonce behind the scenes, and she feel comfortable enough to publicly let it be known that, oh yeah, we don't fuck with Janet. Let me like this post. Like, girl, Tina, go do something, okay? Because don't be bringing this negative, shady attention to Beyonce's brand. Like, girl, you doing a lot. But yeah, this is sad. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.